Hello and welcome to episode 6 of Mail Call Madness, where we combine the great Dom Tober's Fett Time No Disintegration IG videos with Jedi's My Parts Are Showing IG videos. You know, Dom, I was thinking we may stop counting episodes after we reach 10, because I don't know how long we keep this up. Maybe 25. I don't know for sure, but I think when we do finally stop counting, we should do a giveaway to commemorate the milestone. What do you
exactly.
think?
Actually, you know what?
Yeah, so
I think we should do a giveaway in the 10th episode.
10th episode?
10th episode.
Well, 10 you've said it now, so we can't back out on it.
There you go. We'll
so stay tuned. So apparently we're doing a giveaway in the 10th episode. You heard it from Dom Tober himself. Hey, so of course, this being Mail Call Madness, of course, we're going to open some mail call packages this week, but we're also going to talk about new collectible drops and give you our take on the Paramount Plus feature film, Orphan-FIRST KILL, which had Dom sleeping with the lights on. Are you ready, Dom? Have you recovered?
Yes, kind of. I'm still looking over my shoulder a little bit.
I don't blame you. Yeah, I don't blame you. All right, so this is Mail Call Madness, so we're going to kick it off with a mail call package opening. Dom, you got something for us?
Yeah, I got something. Here we go. So I got this from Splastic Plastic and
Spastic Plastic?
Plastic. I can't even say.
I was going to say, I like that. If it was
Plastic.
Plastic, I like that.
There you go. So this is something that's true to my heart, Funko-wise. And what Funko Pops do I collect? Most of all?
Boba Fett.
Got it. But not just any Boba Fett.
Yeah, I think you do collect any Boba Fett.
Well, I do collect any Boba Fett, but this is not just any Boba Fett.
Oh, okay.
This is actually another Tamira Morrison special with the special edition.
Let me pull you up.
Ugly ass sticker. The overseas sticker.
How many? So that's another autograph of Morrison. How many? That's like your third one, isn't it? 2, 3? How many?
Yeah. No, 4.
4?
4.
Oh,
1,
wow.
2, 3, 4. I'm trying
to
get
see that one again. So that one's in red ink.
Yeah.
Which is kind of orange, matches the Funko packaging. So that's
you got
cool.
this in green.
Yeah.
And then you got this. This is in green too, as well too. Well, the reason why I got 2 of them because this is the San Diego special edition autograph one, and there's a regular one. And then I got this one. I picked this one up a while ago. This is actually just a regular autograph that I got. So I got 4 of them now.
Cool. Cool.
So I just want to give a heads up that eventually I'm aiming for every person that voiced, acted, and was stuntman who played Boba Fett. I'm working on that. Now, I know there's a couple of people who died, but I'm working on trying to find something before they died. So if I can
it's important to have goals.
What?
It's important to have goals. Yeah.
Yes. And you know what? I want to have the ultimate collection. That's my goal.
All right. Well, tell you what, let's do. Let's so now that we've seen that another cool pickup by the great Dom Tober, let's go ahead and review this film so that we can just put it behind us because a little creepy. I'm not gonna lie, a little creepy. So, like I said, the film we reviewed that we're gonna review this week is Orphan-FIRST Kill. As you can see, got a 76% audience score on Rotten
pretty
Tomatoes.
Damn good.
Pretty good. That's pretty good
for a horror flick.
But you know, before we go into Orphan-FIRST Kills, I think it's kind of important that well, actually, I don't know if we even need to do this, but we're going to do it. Stand by.
Spoiler!
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Warning! Spoiler alert!
Spoiler alert!
Spoiler alert.
Oh my god.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
So, yeah, spoiler alert. So, Orphan First Kills dropped on Paramount Plus last Friday, I believe, when it dropped. It is the prequel to Orphan, which I think came out in 2007, 2009, something like that. I can't remember exactly.
A long time ago.
Yeah, it came out several years ago.
2009, I think.
Well, you know what? Let me look. See if
I'll find out right now.
I thought I had it. I think I have it. 2009. You're correct, sir. 2009. So I think before we go into Orphan First Kills, just a brief summary of Orphan. And again, spoilers are ahead. So again, but it's been over 10 years. So basically, Orphan is a story of this young girl, about 10 or 12 years old. She gets adopted by a family who lost a child in labor, and they're just looking to kind of feel. They already have two other children. One of them who is deaf, cannot hear very well, but they're just trying to fill that void because they want to share their love. So they go to visit an orphanage. They feel an attachment to this, I think, 12-year-old, 10-year-old girl. And just bad things start to happen after they adopt this child.
She tries to
manipulative.
Hit on the father.
Yeah, she's got an unhealthy attachment to the dad. Obviously, she's trying to make the mother look bad. She's threatening the other kids. So here comes the spoiler, the twist, and it's important, I guess, to know this before we get into Orphan First Kill. She's not really a child. She is a 33-year-old
grown-ass woman.
She is a grown-ass woman. She suffers from some disease. I don't remember the technical term. Basically, it's proportional dwarfism.
Yeah, dwarfism.
Where she just basically looks like she stopped growing when she was 10, 11 years old.
She's like 4'2".
Yeah, she's at the time she was played by the actress. What's her? Let me see if I can get her name. Isabel Furman, is who played her, and at the time she was a 12-year-old child. The same actress is now playing an even younger child, I think like 10 years old, because this is a prequel of Orphan, and Orphan's First Kill is a prequel. So the same actress is now 25 years old, and
she's playing a 10-year-old.
10-year-old. And I was just curious. I was just curious how tall the actress was now. She's 5'3" now. So in Orphan Kills, you can definitely tell they're using a lot of camera angles. I think they also have some doubles that fill in to actually kind of pull off that 10-year-old look child. She definitely, as you can see in some of the pictures I've included on the slide, all the pictures are her except for the one kind of in the middle, which is Julia Stiles, who plays the mother in the prequel. And she definitely has the face. She does not have really the face of a little child anymore, but
the face of a killer. Every time she got pissed,
yeah,
that was the face.
We go with it. So obviously in Orphan, she was the bad guy, right? She was the antagonist. She was the evil doer. What we find out in Orphan First Kills is what, Dom?
We find out that, so apparently, same thing, they go to an orphanage because apparently Julia Stiles, their kid was missing. They haven't found that kid.
They assume abducted, right?
It was abducted. The kid was abducted, and they went to this nursing home, this orphanage in Mexico, I believe. It was Mexico.
No,
right?
No. So what happened? The child was assumed missing, and she turns up in Russia.
Russia.
They get a visit. Yeah, they get a visit from the policeman saying, basically, we think we found your child.
And they
in
go.
Russia. Yeah.
And they go and they see her and they're like, oh my God. But wasn't it kind of weird that like she was gone for so long that the brother and everybody were like, I'm gonna do my own thing.
Well, I mean, to back up a little bit, we actually, at the beginning of the movie, we actually see the what was her name? I forget the name she played in the movie. Anyway, we see the child in the Russian. It's not an orphanage. It's a mental institution. And she is she's labeled like the most dangerous person in this institution. Well, she escapes. She escapes through a lot of bloodshed. She escapes. And basically goes online and starts looking for a suitable person who is missing that she can slip in and kind of start imitating.
Exactly.
And so that's where she finds this out, that this child is missing, presumed missing, and she gets approached by somebody in the park, or a policeman in the park in Russia, and they're like, "Who are you?" And she goes, "I am." I wish I could think of the name of that. She gives the missing girl's name. Esther. That's it. Esther. She gets, my name is Esther, and then everything kind of rolls, and the parents of this missing child get informed, hey, your child has been located in Russia. They go get her, bring her back home. She starts assimilating back into the home. Okay, so just like in Orphan, where we had the twist that this child is not really a child, but an adult, in Orphan First Kills, spoiler,
wait.
you get another twist.
There's a huge twist. Now, think about this. I was watching this movie, and you write it off. After a while, you're like, you write it off. Because sometimes prequels suck. They do.
Yeah, you kind of thought you were going to get the same story all over again, right?
But, yeah. And then when you're sitting there, and all of a sudden you see that twist, you're like, what? And then all of a sudden you're like, invested more time, because it's crazy. It is crazy.
So, the twist is Julia Stiles, the mom, right? She knows all along that this is not her child that's been located in Russia, because
her child's
dead. The child is dead. The older brother accidentally killed her during some rough play, and they covered it up and hid the body. And
she played it off because she wanted to get back at her husband.
She wanted to protect her son, right? She didn't want her son to have this stigma of being, being a killer, and
she knew that Esther was a con woman.
Yeah, she knew the whole time.
The whole time she knew, and it was crazy.
Yeah, the whole time she knew, and her plan was to eventually, obviously put on this charade. She welcomed her into the home. But eventually the plan was, they couldn't do it right away because that would seem too fishy. But eventually the plan was to get rid of her.
Yep.
And so basically in Orphan First Kills, or First Kill, Esther is the victim, really.
Yeah.
She's the victim. She's not the evildoer like she was in Orphan. She's kind of the victim in this one. And although in this one, she also does form an unhealthy relationship with the dad.
Of course. Exactly.
She does. But
he deserved to get what he got.
The dad, when I say unhealthy, the dad doesn't reciprocate. I mean, the dad's kind of like, yeah, it's my daughter. I love her like a daughter. Esther's kind of got these feelings. They're not reciprocated or whatever. But, and then long story short, Esther, obviously, she's going to survive because this is a prequel and she was in the other movie. And she does. She survived. And everyone else dies.
Yeah, the ending was kind of like, you know what? Like, after the whole twist and all that stuff, the ending was like, You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like really like.
Yeah. The twist was the big one. The twist was the meat of the movie was this twist.
I'm telling you.
And again, we've spoiled it.
This movie. If you watch this movie, it's spoiled now, but the fact is, if you watch it, it's still entertaining. It became entertaining.
I liked it. It got a 76. Now, the first movie, I went and looked it up because I was curious. The first movie, Rotten Tomatoes, was a 63.
Okay.
And this one was a, so this one was a 76. I thought the first one was pretty good too. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was really good. I'm surprised I'd never seen it before.
There's only so many type of horror flicks you could possibly do. Remember the movie with Macaulay Culkin? Yeah.
Home Alone?
No, not Home Alone. The other one, the kid who was like a bad kid. I think John Ritter was in it. It was like a comedy, but the kid was bad. It was like it wasn't a horror flick, but it was a comedy. But the kid was bad, like Mean Kid, or like something bad kid, something. But it was like back in the day. I gotta look it up. I can't remember, but it was.
No, I can't remember it.
But anyway,
Orphan. In case you're curious, Orphan also had. I'm gonna say her name right, Vera Farmiga. Who of course is famous for the Conjuring, Isabel, some of the Isabel, but the Conjuring mainly.
The Conjuring,
universe. So, and she was really good in Orphan, and I thought Julia Stiles was pretty good in this one too. It's just, you just kind of, I didn't see the twist coming until it happened. I was like, oh,
listen, okay. When the twist did come, I was like, oh shit,
yeah,
that's pretty good.
Yeah, so I enjoyed it. I'd recommend it. We've already spoiled it if you're watching this, but still, I mean, it was pretty good. It was bloody. It did have some not too like.
Oh, did you see when she unloaded? When she unloaded on the detective? When she killed the detective, how she unloaded, took the gun, pop, pop, pop. She killed that bastard.
No, Julia Stiles. Yeah, that's when that was the twist. That's when you found out. You're like, what the hell?
Yeah, what the hell? Yeah.
Yeah. But there was some gore. Definitely don't watch it with the kids. But it was good. I liked it.
I was gonna say it's a good family movie. Far from being that.
I don't know if it's a good family movie or not. All right. So there's our review of Orphan First Kill. Kind of switched things up. We don't have any superheroes to review. We didn't review any vampires. In this one we reviewed
I did watch She-Hulk Part 2.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. Don't go far ahead. We're gonna get to that. Dom can't help himself. He's in a hurry. All right, so let me open the package up real quick, Dom. Let me do that. And I have not even began to open this yet, so I apologize. Hopefully,
no problem. Take your time.
Hopefully, Pete doesn't have to do too much editing, or hopefully they didn't wrap the crap out of it. I know what this is. In case you're curious what this is, see if I can find it. I can't find it. I think a lot. Oh, there it is. It's Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider in all his glory.
It is Mr. Ghost Rider. It is a CGC graded Ghost Rider. All right. They use clear tape, and some of the tape is hiding. I thought I've had it all, but. All right, so there's two reasons I wanted this. This is a CGC 9.6 of Ghost Rider number 45. Got Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider riding his bike into an airplane. So I wanted this obviously because it was Ghost Rider. However, another reason I wanted it was because it is a Mark Jewelers insert. And I did not have, I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, Mark Jewelers, yep, right there.
I did not have, to my knowledge, I don't have any Mark Jeweler comic books that I know of. So I kind of wanted one when I saw this. It's Ghost Rider, it's a 9.6. It's kind of where I'm at with collecting Ghost Rider, graded Ghost Riders, and it is a Mark Jewelers. If you want to know more about Mark Jeweler, Marco and Eric did a video on about a month ago on their, what's the name of their videos?
Is it back issues?
Back issues, thank you. Yeah, they're back issue videos. They did some. They told us all about Mark Jewelers. So that's about a month ago. So if you're curious about Mark Jeweler inserts and all the different things that
Mark Jeweler books are actually the first variants, if you really think about it.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know, Barry?
But go check out their video. It's on Rennavision, so check it out if you're interested.
There's a Boba Fett one that I need to get.
Are there? Do they have?
Yep,
is there
first issue of Boba? First appearance of Boba Fett? Yeah.
42. They have a Mark Jeweler of that. Oh, I didn't know that. Cool. No, that's add it to your list. Is that what's the multiplier on that? How much does that raise the price of that?
Well, there was one that was 9.8, They had it for $6,000.
Woo-hoo.
9.8.
Good Lord. I didn't pay a lot for that. I think I paid, it's a 9.6 of a, what year is this? It's a 9.6 of a 1980 comic book. I think I paid $90
the
shipping for
9.6.
that. So.
I think the 9.6 was $4,200. Because it's like, think about it. It's like the first variants of the 35-cent ones, if you think about it, but there's Mark Jeweler ones. So the Mark Jewelers are actually like those 35-cent variants, if you really think about it, because they were newsstands only. And
yeah, if you go watch the video they made. There's different colors. There's all kind of little things that are involved with that. But so let's tell you what, let's do, Dom. Let's go ahead and man, we're rolling through this already. You want to open your last one, or you want to jump into collectibles?
Let's leave the box for last. I can show you something really quick.
Okay.
I was able to.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Get this.
Yeah.
Hobgoblin, tea and pop bundle, glow in the dark. Extra large.
Well, that's an extra large, so that's a pretty. That one's in demand. We talked about that.
Yep.
One time before.
So, and this one glows in the dark. They have the regular one that's just a plain one that came out, but there's a glow in the dark one. And I'm debating on whether to keeping this in the box with the whole T-shirt or taking the T-shirt out, just keeping it. I don't know. I'll see.
Where'd you pick that up at?
At Target.
Okay, cool.
So,
well, speaking of T-shirts, my Mail Call Madness T-shirt came in.
Nice.
If you want one of these Mail Call Madness T-shirts, I believe they're still available. I'll give you a better picture. I believe they're still available on TeePublic. If you want to go out and get one, and I don't have an overlay for it, but our other,
I need to get one myself.
The dark side is available there too, or it was last time I looked. So,
yeah.
If you want that, I don't know if they're having a sale this weekend or not, but wait till they have a sale again. I think it's like 50. I don't know what it is, 25% off, whatever it is. Save a little bit of money and pick these up if you want them.
Yep.
Okay. And Dom's wearing a pretty cool T-shirt today too.
I picked it up in good old Midtown Comics.
That is psychedelic, man.
And I got it because of, boom, that part of the shirt. Don't care about this part of the shirt.
Back there. There's so many colors, it's almost hard to see.
I know. It's actually like a black light fluorescent color shirt, which is really cool.
All right, well, speaking of Hobgoblin, these are some of the things that dropped this week. Ghost Rider dropped this. Dom, you feel free to jump in here. These are things I grabbed. There's a Ghost Rider action figure that dropped. You could probably find it on Entertainment Earth or wherever.
Yeah.
I forget.
Of course, January 2023.
Yeah.
These damn prices.
You got Hobgoblins coming out.
Well, the Hobgoblin, I think this one came out already. I have it somewhere.
Oh, really?
Unless it's another one.
It said October 2022 when I looked it up. So
maybe it's
Tom's got connections.
Yeah, but I have that in the black suit Spidey, which is really cool. You know.
Oh, you already got the Spidey too?
No, I don't got the Spidey. I got the Hobgoblin.
Okay.
I think because they were.
I may have to go with the Ghost Rider. That's a cool Ghost Rider.
The Ghost Rider is pretty cool.
I don't have any Ghost Rider action.
Listen, the HasLab is coming. The HasLab with Gabriel, the Ghost Rider in the car. That's coming.
Yeah. I remember you talking about that. So down at the bottom, there's some DC for anyone that's a DC.
Look, you know what? One thing I want to be able to say about the DC figures, I'm not a big fan of DC figures because I don't collect DC. But there's a lot of people that are. Todd McFarlane is doing a fantastic job with these figures. And what makes me laugh is that Hasbro has such a hard time getting the figures out. McFarlane has wave after wave after wave coming out before one wave of Star Wars comes out.
Yeah, we don't really give DC, at least maybe us on this show anyway. We don't really give DC a whole lot of spotlight on a whole lot. As I went through this, it's kind of funny when I'm putting this slide together. This is how how slow my wheels turn sometimes. I'm like I see Batman, I see Penguin, I see Catwoman, and then I see Raja. And I kept looking. I'm like, where is this other dude? So I kept scrolling through. It took me like a couple of minutes. I'm like, oh, there you get all the others, and then you get to put that guy together.
That's Solomon Grundy, right? Solomon Grundy.
Yeah. Don't.
Oh, you know what? Listen, the DC figures are pretty good. You know, they're pretty posable. 22 points of articulation they have. You know, and like I said, he comes out with them like waves come out like every couple of months, and Hasbro has a hard time putting out one wave of anything.
So these are out in November, at least from what I saw and what I was able to find. So these are out in November. Unless you got connections like Dom, then maybe you got them already. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Some people do.
Let's go to the next slide. Invincible. There were some Invincible drops that are coming fall. Maybe already be out. If you're into if you like Invincible, I've never read the comics. I like the show.
The cartoon's good. Actually, you know what's funny? I only seen a couple episodes of the cartoon, which I have to go back on because season 2 is coming. I need to go check that out.
Yeah, the cartoon. Yeah.
If you like violence and action,
oh yeah,
Invincible's for you.
Violent cartoon.
Yeah.
But if you're into that, there's some action figures for you to collect if you're a Invincible fanatic.
Yep.
And then
got some Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop Funko Pops are dropping. I think those come out in November as well. I don't know a lot about. Go ahead.
Even though the TV show was canceled, Cowboy Bebop is still a good animated show.
Yeah, everyone loves the animated. I never watched the animated. I thought the live was okay. I mean, it wasn't nothing that was going to make my top 5, but it was good, I thought. But yeah, if you're into Funkos and you're into Cowboy Bebop, maybe this will finally get JJ to buy a Funko Pop. What do you think? Because he loves Cowboy Bebop. We know that. So
yeah, there you go.
We'll keep you posted.
Sometimes these might show up in Five Below. Who knows?
You never know. I didn't see anything about any chases on these, but yeah. All right, next we've got, oh boy. So last week it was G.I. Joe. I know, Transformers? Transformers. Last week Transformers dropped so many I couldn't even keep up. This week is Power Rangers. This is just a drop in the bucket of all the pre-orders for Power Rangers that dropped this week from
now the 2 Power Rangers on top are Street Fighter combined with Power Rangers. The first one, Ragu, what's his name? The White Ranger. What's his face?
Power Rangers have changed so much since my kids used to watch them.
I know.
I couldn't tell you.
All the crossovers, but anyway, the first one dropped, sold out in a heartbeat. The second one, I believe it sold out too. Because people love their Street Fighter.
Some sellouts for this. Yep, you're right.
People love Power Rangers. You know what? And Hasbro does a good job with the figures. You know, that's the thing. You know, even though they take long times in putting stuff out and all this stuff, the quality of the figures, the quality of the figures outside Star Wars is always better. I got to keep saying because they shit on Star Wars. I'm always going to say that.
It wouldn't be an episode of Mail Call Madness if you didn't say that. So
I know, right? But Power Rangers, a lot of good stuff dropped. Something for everyone.
Yeah, never let it be said we don't try and give something for everybody on this show because I don't collect Power Rangers. I don't think you collect Power Rangers.
I don't collect Power Rangers.
I guarantee you there's a lot of people out there that do collect Power Rangers.
Yes.
So,
look, it's a collectible. People are going to collect it. There's a collector market out there for everything. So,
absolutely. All right, let's see what we got next because I don't even remember. Oh,
here we go.
It is She-Hulk. These are some new drops for She-Hulk that came out since last week, I believe. There's the action figure that's not based on the television show. I believe it comes out in January.
More the Savage.
Everything
She-Hulk.
else on there, huh?
That's more the January 2023 one. That's more of the Savage, based on Savage She-Hulk in the comics.
Yeah. Okay.
But
the other stuff is based on the
TV show
She-Hulk from Disney Plus. There's obviously the action figure. I think we showed that action figure last week. And there's magnets. There's whatever that other stuff is. And there's the Funko Pops that pre-ordered last week of Hulk.
Jennifer,
Nikki She-Hulk when she's not in her She-Hulk form.
Yep.
And then Nikki down at the bottom. I also threw in, it might be kind of small, but I kind of needed to fill some space. So I threw in the upcoming comic book issues, issue number 6, which drops on the 7th of September, and then issue 7, which drops 26th
of October.
Pretty cool comics, pretty cool covers, I thought, especially the
John Byrne, John Slott,
the Bartel. I'm sorry, the Bartel on the bottom, this issue 7, that Bartel.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Yeah. They make She-Hulk too beefy, too bulky. I like She-Hulk.
What is E-Edge? I was going to ask you that. What is E-Edge? That's what it said for artists when I looked this up. E-Edge. I don't know what that means. Does that mean anything?
That's the name of the artist.
His name is E-Edge? Okay.
Edge, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I like that one too, but I like the issue 7 Bartel. That's a really good one.
Yeah, the Bartel, I like.
I don't know. I just like the colors. I think the colors are cool. And
you know what's funny? You see at the first episode at the end they have the drawing boards where they draw, and it's like the courtroom drama. They took it the way they do it is the way they do the courtroom. Yeah. I like what they're doing with that, the artwork of She-Hulk. I like that.
Well, one of the main reasons I brought these She-Hulks into the collectible drop slide, and I don't know if we'll be able to do this transition every week, but we're able to do it this week because there were some drops, collectible drops. But it's a segue to episode 2 because I think we both watched episode 2, dropped today or last night.
Today, well, last night, early in the morning.
So this is going to be a non-spoiler kind of what we thought about episode 2. So non-spoiler, Dom, what do you think? Did it continue on with how well it went in episode 1?
I thought it was much better than episode 1. But we know episode 1 was the introduction. We all know that. But this is transitioning into the series. You know, she finally, she's getting to grips with her powers as a superhero.
Yeah, she's still kind of reluctant, but she's finding out that she's not going to have a whole lot of choice but to kind of wear that title superhero, right? Episode 1 was kind of like, obviously we got a background story. Episode 2, not to, again, kind of treading lightly, not to give away any stories, but we find out how she kind of forced, not forced, but kind of forced into this She-Hulk attorney at law.
How she gets her name
title, yeah. How she, and I think this was actually in the trailer, how she becomes the superhero advocate or something,
yes,
or lawyer or whatever the correct term is. And we get at least a look at who is probably going to be at least one of the antagonists in this series. Again, I think it was in the trailer, so I think we can say we
all know the Abomination.
Yeah, Abomination.
You know he's here in this trailer.
Abomination. But that's all we're going to say about that. I don't want to go too deep into it because it did just drop. But we do get a first look at Abomination and how she's kind of how she's connected, I guess I should say, with the Abomination.
Exactly. And I got a couple of nice little Easter egg nods in if people like that.
Same actor.
Same
actors playing I don't know his name, but the Abomination.
Oh yeah. Roth, Tim Roth.
Yeah.
Tim Roth. I like him. And you know what? Like the judge.
So there is that so there is that connection. So I thought it was kind of cool because at least maybe I'm missing it. There's a connection back to the Hulk that was not God, you guys know I suck with names.
Ed Norton.
Not Roth.
Tim Roth.
Was that who played Hulk in that episode where he was fighting
Edward Norton?
Edward Norton. Yeah, I'm sorry. I couldn't think of the name. So this episode connects back to that movie actually. They didn't seem to retcon or change anything. It's just like he was the Hulk at that time, not Ruffalo. He was the Hulk, but it's the same storyline. So.
Wasn't it funny when the one scene when she's talking to Bruce about that situation? He goes, "Oh yeah, don't worry about it. I was someone else a long time ago."
Yeah,
he was someone else.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah. Actually, I didn't catch that. I may have to watch.
Yeah.
I may have to watch it again with my wife later. But I
did,
didn't catch that. But yeah, that is funny.
Did you?
All
right,
yeah, okay.
I'm not giving anything away, but you know there's Easter eggs and everything. Did you see the massive Easter egg in one of the scenes? Well, one of the newspapers.
Really the best at
when they had the newspaper when they had her and they were talking about She-Hulk, the writing on the side they put like writing. There's a huge Easter egg that was on the thing that everybody's talking about.
Okay, well, don't give it away. Don't give it away. I'll have to go back and watch it. Now that you told me where to look, I'll go back and look at it. So, bottom line is, I like this one. I don't know. I don't know if I can even compare it to the first one. I just like it. It's light. It's funny.
I like it.
Fun.
It's fun. It's fun.
Not too serious.
Exactly. Look, I like the fact that there's a light that the comic books they're in the real world, and there's comic books that are of them in the real world, like they're in like everything's in the real world. It's not like a fake world. The superheroes are living in the real. They're celebrities. They're influencers. It's like so. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, so I recommend it. I know Dom recommends it. Go ahead and check it out. If you've already started, we don't need to tell you to watch it because you're already going to watch it. But I like it. I think it's off to a good start.
I really think so too. I actually think it's I'm excited to what's to come because, like I said, there's a lot of people who got to see the first 4 episodes, and they said as it goes on, by the 4th episode, they said it's everybody's favorite Marvel show. So I'm hoping that happens with me when I see it.
I see it. Yeah, I think they did a good job. Obviously, with Miss Marvel, and in my opinion, just based off the first 2 episodes, I think I'm going to enjoy this even more than Miss Marvel. But time will tell.
You'll see.
All right, Dom. So I tell you what. Go ahead and open
the big finale.
Did you? Well, first of all, did you go? I tell you what. No,
what?
Go ahead. Open it up. Open it up.
You sure?
Open it up.
Put me on the big screen. There you go. Now I want to show first things first. This thing is huge. So bear with me.
Did you go to the comic book store this week?
Yes, I did.
All right, so we can.
I was able to pick up
after you show us what's in the box. Tell us what you picked up at the comic book store. I haven't had a chance, which is not strange. I rarely get to the comic book stores.
Look at this. Don't you just love when you open a box and there's a box in a box?
Yeah, it's kind of a love-hate relationship because now you got to open up another box. But on the other hand, at least whatever's in there should be better protected, though.
Yeah, well, the box was kind of damaged, so I kind of let's see. Let's try to get this open.
I still got to do my comic book reading for Sunday. I haven't read anything yet.
Yeah, the new Vader came out.
Yeah, I've seen them. I've seen people posting about it. Like I said, I haven't been able to pick up anything.
Already, the box is damaged inside.
Oh no.
Yeah. No, son of a bitch.
Who's this from? Who sent you a damaged box?
Freaking goddamn GameStop, man.
GameStop. All right, you son of bitches.
Holy crap.
How heavy is that thing, Don?
Yo.
So this is the
18-inch Boba Fett.
18. I was going to say 17. This 18.
Look at that damage. Look at it.
Oh, yeah. I can see it. Yeah.
Look at that. And then look. There's a little nick right there. The box is damaged all the way around.
So, what are you going to do with that? Are you going to take it out?
Yeah. Oh, more damage right there. Look.
Yeah, it sucks.
Well, listen.
So where's that thing going? Is that just going on the pile with all your other unopened stuff, or are you actually going to open that one?
I'm gonna probably open it. I gotta, because The box is like in the way now. I'm knocking everything over. Jesus Christ! All right, things are going out. Things are changing. What's going? Son of a bitch!
Falling apart.
Jesus. But yeah,
all right, so
18 friggin' inches. This thing is friggin' heavy.
It looked huge.
It sucks the box. Now the question is, I collect all the boxes, all the Boba Fett's. GameStop, there's a EB Games sticker, and then there's a overseas sticker. So there's 3. So I don't know if I'm going to go out and try to get
for that same pop, for the same 18-inch pop. There's 3 different sticker versions.
Well, yeah, there's no sticker, but it just says GameStop exclusive. This is $537, so there's actually a number. It's part of the entire collection. So I don't know what to do with this.
2 others now. There's 2 other 18-inch pops that you need to go after
because of the stickers. I'm a nut job. I need help.
Oh,
anybody out there in the comments below, give me some therapy.
I am the worst person to throw stones, but yeah, you're gonna have to. You're either gonna have to make some changes or expand the your storage there, because I think you're running out of room.
I ran out of room a long time ago, Jedi.
All right, so you went to the comic book store this week.
Yes.
What'd you get?
Hold on. I'll show you. Oh, I can't reach. God damn. Actually got a couple.
What was in the way?
I got a couple of good things. So I didn't get a chance to put any of these books in plastic, but I was able to. Here we go. So I was able to get. Okay. So Gwen Stacy, Gwenverse, I was able to pick up, but just the Land cover, because I'm a huge. I like Greg Land, his art.
Okay, it's a nice cover.
I was able to get that. The Dr. Aphra, the Sprouse cover, the Maul, and of course the regular one. Dr. Aphra. Your good old Vader book.
That's probably going to be the first one I read. When I get around to it when I get one.
And then Dark Sidious.
That one reminds me of the movie The Mummy for some reason.
Yeah, right. Dark Sidious name on the first time on a comic book. Well, on the comic book, he was in the Phantom Menace, but you know what I mean. And then I was able to get the 2 of these.
Got to slab that one.
Yeah.
Oh, the new Dark Horse releases.
The new Dark Horse books. Apparently, there's a first appearance of somebody here, I believe, of a Wookiee. So
okay, well that'll be a $20 book.
Now the Spider-Man books, I was really happy.
It'll be in all the top hots, the top hot 10.
They'll promote it. They'll make freaking
because
the top 20, top 30s, the top 50 books. Yeah, so I picked up this. Look at that. I like that Predator holding Goblin's mask.
Oh, that is cool.
And then I got the first appearance of the Goblin Spider-Man. And then I got the 1 in 25, which he's breaking out of the old costume. He's got the Goblin costume.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I picked those up today. That's about it. Well,
that's cool. So I tell you what, let's talk about something else that you sent me. And I asked Pete if I could run this. He's like, yeah, go for it. So let's talk about, remember you sent me this?
Yes.
So first of all, we'll just give credit where credit is due, I guess. I don't know if they broke the story or if they're just one of the many that are copying this, but Drunk Wookiee is where I pulled this information from. So
yeah, he puts out a lot of stuff. He's always on these things.
Yeah, so give him a look. I'm not going to tell you to subscribe or whatever, but give him a look because obviously Dom does, and he pulled this from Drunk Wookiee. So apparently, now let me make sure I got this right, kind of. Okay, so apparently there was a trade and a virgin of Mandalorian #1, but the virgin has a green dot, which you can see by the arrow.
And it looks like somebody got a fingerprint in there too.
By the gun, and the trade dress doesn't. And there were like 750 of these virgins. 250 of them got released before they did a recall because they're going to go reprint all 750 or another 500 or something.
Yeah.
So now there's going to be 2 versions of the Virgin.
Yeah.
There's going to be the green dot version and the corrected without the green dot. My question to you, Dom, is why do we give a shit about stuff like this? I'm sorry. I don't understand why they would even correct this. Why?
Well, the reason why people give a shit about this is that they made, look, we all know that The Mandalorian was coming out. We all know that there was going to be a shitload of variants, a shitload of books for Mandalorian. But what people didn't know is that too many things were coming out, and there was the prices were like, there was no price jumps on these things because there was too many of them out there. So guess what? You get an error. Now it drives the prices up.
Like, you know, I get the collector mentality because I've been in the game long enough to understand that collectors, especially completionists, are going to want it all, right? So if there is a green dot and there is a non-green dot, and so they're going to want both. I guess what I don't understand is why the recall to begin with. Just release all 750 with the green dot.
Exactly.
And so it's different than the trade dress. So what? It's not.
I guess people complained because you can find people that complain that are very perfectionists. But if you really look at that dot where they're pressing, it looks like somebody's fingerprint is right above the arrow too. If you really think about it, that they look at the fingerprint like something was squashed. I don't know if it's.
I see that, but I don't know if that could have just been.
Yeah.
anything.
Look, so
I mean,
now
the error is the green dot, not the fingerprint.
Well, it's kind of like, all right, there's been things out before that they're a printing error, like on a baseball card or a toy that was recalled, and they made another one because of the of an error. And people, I don't know, people are searching. People
so I'm just curious. So now you've got me curious since you called my attention to that fingerprint looking thing. Right. Is that on the comic book as well?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know.
The only thing the article talks about is the green dot.
Yeah. So basically, it's a green dot. You know, because it looks like if you really look over there too in the trade dress, there's a fingerprint too. It looks like there's.
That could just be part of the art.
Yeah, it could be part of the art, but like I don't even have this book. I don't even know which one. The Virgin Books. What was the company that made this? Because the comic store that had this.
It's a John McCree Virgin variant.
Oh, John McCree. Okay, John McCree.
Yeah, I don't know. If he. Yeah.
Well, listen, I would love to see the prices on eBay for this book.
You know, it's an experiment, I guess, for me. I'm kind of the same way, you know. And if I forget, remind me or send it to me on IG. Yeah. I will be kind of curious what the value differences are going to be between the Virgin green dot and the Virgin the Virgin recall, whatever, the Virgin green dot versus the non-green dot. It's kind of an experiment in the hobby in a way, because I don't necessarily blame the collectors, because I know how collectors think, and they're going to want it if it's out there. Yeah. I just don't understand why they did a 66% recall on something as minor as a little green dot. I don't know. That's just me.
Well, you know what? Listen, I'm saying, like, people are reaching, because think about it. This is ridiculous. You know, now you have to get the green dot because you want to be a completionist in the books. And there are people out there, I'm one of them. You know, I actually have some more.
Oh, I know you're going to be after both of them. I told you that when you showed me this. I'm like, now you're going to want both.
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm only going to want it if the prices are crazy on this thing. I don't care. But it is an error. Errors usually sometimes demand money, you know, depending on the collectible or what it is at the time. But
I mean, historically, there's been some recalls that are not worth a whole lot of money. They're probably worth more than the new release or the corrected version. And then there's some that are worth a lot of money, and it's usually because of a very few number of errored copies that are still in circulation. You know, one that pops into my head, I think, is the Star Wars Hot Topic Star Wars.
Oh yeah,
that was recalled because of Grey Hulk or whatever.
But you know what? But there was so many of those made.
Those aren't terribly expensive.
No, there were so many made.
Yeah.
And they were recalled.
It's all about numbers, right?
Yeah. This might have a significant value because 250 of them. Only 250 out there. So
that's not a small number. To me, that's not a really small number, but maybe it is.
Well, 250 is not a small number. Think about it. How many people out there collect comic books? Star Wars books.
Sure.
How many channels? Think about it. How many channels are there out there that do specifically on Star Wars books and are Star Wars channels that actually collect books? There's a lot of them out there.
There have been some recalls out there that at least stand out to me is Witches, for one, Witches #4 that they did a recall on. Yeah. And there were, I mean, it actually had some value, or at least it did last time I looked, because there were so few of those aired comics, I think, that were still actually in circulation. This one, 250? I don't know. Again, I'm not the expert on this.
We'll see.
Yeah,
let me see something. Let me look right now real quick. Let me see if anything's on eBay for that book right now at this moment.
Yeah, I just while you're doing that, I don't know. Chat, let us know. Let us know what you think. I know a lot of people that watch our little show here are big time Star Wars collectors. Is this something that you would care about? I mean, I kind of like, hey, if I got one, great, but I don't know if I'm going to go out hunting for this. Especially not going to pay any absorbent amount of money for this thing. So hey, Dom, I've done all the tap dancing I can. Have you found it yet?
I'm looking. There's nothing on here yet. I'm looking.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on it. We may come back to it in a future show.
We'll come back in a couple of days.
If Dom can see what he can find.
But yeah.
But that is it for the content I had planned that we had talked about. We've covered the movie. We've covered new drops, collectible drops. Dom has showed us his oversized Boba Fett. Can't get much bigger. And
life size. I got a life size one. I got one eventually.
Oh yeah, the $8,000. Yeah, okay.
Well, think about it.
You'll get that before I get my life size C-3PO.
Listen, if you go to the Funko headquarters in Seattle, in their Star Wars section, they have a friggin' life size Boba Fett Funko Pop that I want.
Sideshow has one too, right?
Sideshow has a life size. Yep, $8,000.
Yeah, $8,000. Yeah. So.
That's right.
Okay, so we are coming up on
an hour.
We're coming up on the checkered flag. The horn's about to blow. The buzzer is about to sound. So I will just say, from myself, just take care of yourself. Take care of those around you. We're glad you tuned in. Check out all the other shows on Rennavision. Check out the two live shows coming up this weekend, Saturday Night Special and then Tales from the Dark Side on Sunday. And I'm not going to go through all the shows again like I did last week. Just go to Rennavision. But take care of yourself. Take care of those around you. Dom, take us home.
Hey, listen, may the force be with you. No disintegrations. Definitely the 10th episode, we're having a giveaway. So be prepared for that. And make sure you tune in tomorrow when this does drop to be in the chat. Have some fun in the chat tomorrow and talk about things, whatever you want to talk about. Talk about what was in the show, what's outside the show, what you ate today, what you drank, what everybody goes. But it's all awesome. It's good because they're keeping it lively, and I like that. But that's it. Like I said, no disintegrations, and may the force be with you.
I was waiting on it. I was waiting on you to say no disintegrations. Yeah. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves. We're out.
Peace.